Hi, Joe Valenzuela with Vista Mutual Insurance Services. Let's talk about how you can maximize your experience at a Medicare sales meeting. You may get a lot of things in the mail, especially during the open enrollment or annual election period. It usually happens, or it always happens, between October 15th and December 7th. This is subject to change. It has changed in the past. But right now in 2023, it's October 15th to December 7th. So during this time, there are a lot of presentations for Medicare Advantage plans. Now, this video is going to show you how to maximize everything that you're going to get out of one of those presentations as a consumer. So the first thing that you need to do is these plan presentations are usually going to be just one plan. There are some multi-plan meetings out there, but usually they're going to be one plan. The plan is going to be stated on the advertisement in most cases that's going to be presented. So the first thing that I would do as a consumer is Google that plan or just look it up on the internet, whichever search engine you use. So if you're looking it up, you're going to want to look specifically at the contract code. Okay? Some plans have very similar names. Like one plan from one company is not the same, and sometimes companies have multiple plans in the same county. So you want to look at the contract code. It's going to be on the advertisement as well as on the cms.gov website or the carrier's website. So look up that contract code. You can find the plan and you can look at it. Just see if that's even going to be something that you want to look at, right? If it's a $300 per month plan and has really bad benefits, maybe you don't even want to go to the presentation. But if it looks okay to you and you're seeing some benefits that you like, then maybe it's a good idea that you go and get more information about that plan. So you want to look it up, and there's many ways to do that. Medicare.gov is a great method for you. It'll tell you all the plans in your county. Next, when you get to the meeting, you're going to want to arrive a little bit early. Because if you arrive early, usually, and we train all of our agents to do this, our agents are there an hour early. So they set up for about a half an hour, and they have about a half an hour to talk to people as they come in. Sometimes this is some of the best interaction that you can get with an agent because they can answer some of your questions before the presentation even begins. Not to say that they won't answer them during the presentation too, but if they have time, you can speak with them, learn a little bit about them, see if they offer more plans than just that plan, and then get any of your initial questions answered quickly. So show up a little bit early to these meetings. Now, you'll want to ask questions too that are only for the benefit of the group. Because you're in a group setting, you're going to want to ask questions that would benefit other people in that group setting, not individually specific questions to yourself. That's for before the meeting or potentially after the meeting, because you can set up a one-on-one appointment or just speak to them directly after the meeting. So you'll want to ask questions that are for the benefit of the group. And also, wait to ask your questions until the end of the presentation. Most of these agents, and how we train our agents, is to go over the full plan benefits. So they're most likely going to go over your question before the end of the presentation. But what I suggest is write them down as they go along, and if they're not answered, ask them at the end of the presentation. You may also want to ask the agent's affiliation as well. There are different types of agents in the Medicare space. The main differences in field agents are independent and captive. A captive agent works for one company. They only represent one product, and that is the only one that they can show and sell you and that they're certified to. An independent agent usually represents multiple products. They may be only able to talk about the product that they're speaking about that day at that presentation, but if you set up an appointment with them, they can compare your options for you. So know who you're talking to. It's very simple to ask the question, hey, are you an independent agent, or are you a broker, or do you just work for one company? And that can help you understand the bias potentially of that agent. Now, if you have anybody at all that helps you make decisions, a family member, a spouse, a friend, please bring them to this presentation. These are usually enrollment meetings, so that means that you're able to enroll right there. So if everything makes sense and you want your decision over with and done, you don't want to have to go back to someone and try to explain everything the agent explained. It's very difficult, and it's like a game of telephone. You may be saying the wrong things. So bring them with you. Have them help you make that decision right there, or set up an appointment to have them there afterwards. Okay? If you are someone that wants all of their things answered at this presentation, meaning you want to know if your doctors are in the network and your medications are on the plan, then you're going to want to bring a listing of all those things. You're not going to want to get on the phone and try to have to call somebody or look up your medical records while you're at a presentation with a bunch of other people that are also trying to get help. So if you would like, and this is not a requirement, but if you'd like them looked up, bring your providers and a list of your medications, and usually the agent on site can look all that information up for you to ensure you that these things are covered for you. You also want to understand your current coverage. A lot of times you get into a presentation, you're seeing all these benefits and you go, oh, that sounds great, but I'm not really sure how that compares to my plan. Well, you should know about your plan. You can even bring in your summary of benefits for that plan so you can compare them side by side as things are going along. They also send you an annual notice of change each year for your current plan that tells you about the plan changes. So it's important that you know what you have first, because if you're in a meeting seeing all these great benefits, but your plan actually has a greater value of benefits, then you may make a bad decision. Or vice versa. You're seeing all these great benefits, but you don't know your plan doesn't have any of these great benefits. You may decide not to enroll thinking your plan does. So know your plan. Agents can help you understand that as well. So if that's something that you don't know, or you came to the meeting and didn't have information about it, it's probably beneficial for you to set up a one-on-one appointment after the meeting ends to get your plan directly compared to the other. We also have had some issues in the past with people coming to these meetings just to complain about their current coverage. There are two types of meetings out there that are considered sales meetings. Ones are for members, and we do those specifically for people that already have the plan. We tell them about their plan changes and ask them if they'd like to remain on that plan. This is a place to kind of complain about what's happening, and that often does happen. At a sales meeting that's for new members, if you're an existing member, you really shouldn't be there. Because the new members need to get all this new information, and a person that's already on the plan probably has all that information already and may have come to this meeting just to get the updates. And the sales agent that's putting on the meeting has spent money advertising it. They've spent money getting materials for it. And this money is spent to attract new business. It's not spent to educate our current members. We have different buckets and different money and different meetings set up for that. And you're going to have a much better experience if you attend a meeting that's specifically for members. So maintain a respectful attitude during these meetings. You want to make sure that you're being polite. The agent that's going to be there is going to be polite, and they are giving you their time, giving you this information in hopes that you'll sign up, but without really a guarantee that you will. So if you come in and be combative and you're angry and you're upsetting the entire crowd, you may be asked to leave. I have done that before. Not very many times. Usually I'll try to address the issue or concern after the meeting and say, hey, let's just table that for now and I'll talk to you after. But if you're incredibly disruptive and making it so that nobody else can get the information that we're trying to give, then we have to ask you to leave. So just maintain a respectful attitude. We're going to be respectful. We hope that you would be respectful as well. After the meeting concludes, usually the agent's going to stick around for about 30, 40 minutes or so. This is to help enroll people, answer any questions, set up appointments. So sometimes we'll see people that come into a meeting, they've never gotten this information before, they got a bunch of great info, and as soon as the meeting ends, they just get out of their seat and leave. And we never see them again. Now, again, an agent has spent a lot of time, money, effort, gained a lot of knowledge even to be able to give one of these meetings. So I think that if they're the one that's educating you, then it's good to give them a monetary compensation based on your enrollment. Again, we are absolutely free for our clients. You never pay us anything. The way you can pay us is by enrolling into a product with us. Then the insurance company pays us. So if I'm the one that provided you with the information, compared the options for you, did all these things, and I'm going to service you afterwards, meaning if you have an issue or concern that you can call me directly to fix those things for you, then I think it would be advantageous for you to sign up with the person that did all that for you. They get compensated monetarily, and then they're able to service you throughout the rest of the lifetime of your contract, because things change too. So each year, now that when you become a member, we reach out to you and say, please come to this member meeting. Here are the changes to your plan. Here are the new plans that have come into the market that may work for you. So we keep an open, active relationship, all for no money to you. So, in this day and age where people that gain a lot of knowledge, it takes a long time for them to do that, put themselves in this industry that is completely commission-only based, and to have people use us to gain all the information and then go sign up online really doesn't make a lot of sense to us, right? If we provided you with that service, if we presented the information in a clear to understand way, made sure that you understood it and gave you a nice, warm, fuzzy feeling about making that decision, then I think it makes sense to go with that person. And on the same token, if you currently have an agent and you like that agent, they're providing you with a good service and they are in contact with you and keeping up with you and keeping you up to date with all the changes, there's really no need for you to come to one of these meetings. Call your agent. That person gets paid to help you, right? You don't pay them, but they get paid when you're an active member of their book of business. So talk to them. Make sure that they know that you are looking at other options, because most likely they'll offer those too. And in the case that they don't, they would most likely direct you to go into a meeting, just like we're having. So I think it's important that you understand all of how this works in order to be a good consumer and to get good information from these meetings. So just to wrap it up, do your research. Ask questions that are beneficial for the group. Wait till the end to ask those questions. Understand the agent's affiliation, whether they're independent or captive. Arrive early to get more information. Have your decision maker with you. Have your list of providers and medications. Understand your current coverage. Maintain a respectful attitude. And then take advantage of the post-presentation opportunities to set up an appointment or enroll into a plan with your agent. Hopefully this helps you understand how to maximize your experience at a Medicare sales meeting. We're going to have more videos on this topic. Please follow me for more tips and tricks about Medicare insurance and how to maximize your benefits.